Thank you very much, President. Thank you, dear members, for your remarks. First, let me say that I have not said that everything is fine. Second, I don't need to defend this Commission with words, because in my quite a long, as for me, speech at the beginning, I said very concretely what this Commission has done and what we are doing very swiftly and quite effectively to the steel sector in Europe. We reacted swiftly. We did our utmost in the three major areas: trade policy, industrial policy, employment policy. All of them are a part, or were a part, of our steel action plan, and we are implementing them quite swiftly. In the trade policy, we have tightened our instrument, and we are using them very actively, as much as we can, to protect our industry, to protect it from the unfair imports. And I showed you the numbers. On industrial policy, we are working with our international partners to reduce global steel overcapacity. We are putting a lot of money also with the new instruments under the new MFF, but also, of course, in the current one, to innovate and for our steel sector to become more sustainable. As many of you mentioned, workers, our employment policy, here we have of course, primarily ESF, European Social Fund, the globalization funds available to retrain and to reskill our workforce, to accompany the many structural changes that are ongoing in the steel industry. Of course, the work is not done. I cannot comment on the new Commission, but definitely in the last year, starting from 2014, we put a number of very active and very working measures to protect our steel market, and especially our workers. Let me also mention that the new Commission announced that carbon border adjustment tax is extremely important instrument for which the previous Parliament was calling, and I think it will be implemented soon. Thank you.
Vielen Dank, Frau Kommissarin Bieńkowska. Die Aussprache ist damit geschlossen. Der nächste Punkt der Tagesordnung ist die Erklärung der Vizepräsidentin der Kommission und Hohen Vertreterin der Union für die Außen- und Sicherheitspolitik betreffend die Bohrungen der Türkei in den Gewässern der EU im östlichen Mittelmeer. Auch hier möchte ich noch mal sagen, dass in der Aussprache sowohl die herkömmliche Registrierung als auch das neue System, das es den Mitgliedern ermöglicht, sich elektronisch anzumelden, verwendet werden kann, um spontane Wortmeldungen und blaue Karten zu beantragen. Ich ersuche Sie daher, Ihre Abstimmungskarte stets mit ins Plenum zu bringen. Wenn Sie eine spontane Wortmeldung beantragen wollen, können Sie dies ab sofort tun. Sie brauchen also nicht bis zum Ende der Aussprache zu warten. Allerdings will ich für die neuen Kollegen und Kolleginnen auch hinzufügen, dass blaue Karten bei den Stellungnahmen der Kommissare nicht zulässig sind. Es beginnt Frau Mogherini. Frau Kommissarin Mogherini, bitte.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. It is a timely debate in this Parliament. It gives me a good opportunity to debrief you on the work we have done, not only on the Commission side, but also on the Council side. Actually, last Monday, we adopted in the Foreign Affairs Council a framework for restrictive measures in response to Turkey's drillings in the Eastern Mediterranean. This decision makes it now possible to sanction individuals and entities that are responsible for unauthorized drilling activities in Cyprus territorial sea, exclusive economic zone or continental shelf. You will remember how we got there. In early May, Turkey sent a first drill ship inside Cyprus exclusive economic zone, and then another one in June. From the very beginning, there was a common united European Union position on the matter. We acted first and foremost in full solidarity with Cyprus, including at the highest level, at the level of the European Council, with the European Union heads of state and government. Then in July, the Council decided on a first response, suspending our high-level dialogues with Turkey, the negotiations on the Comprehensive Air Transport Agreement, and endorsing the Commission's proposal to reduce the pre-accession assistance to Turkey for 2020. The Council also asked the Commission and the External Action Service in July to work on further options for targeted measures in case Turkey continued its illegal drilling activities. We've been constantly in contact with our Turkish counterparts at all levels, passing messages to the Turkish side for the need to de-escalate. And yet, Turkey decided to continue its activities and even to move further, to move to Block 7, which is an area where Cyprus has given licenses to a consortium of EU companies. And this is how we arrived to this week's framework for restrictive measures. As always, we're taking a gradual approach, a scalable approach, meaning that sanctions can be scaled up or down, depending on developments on the ground, in this case, let me say, rather developments at sea. And as always, these are targeted measures, so they will only target individuals or entities that are responsible for or involved in unauthorized drillings. Our goal remains to diffuse tension and to make clear that Cyprus' sovereignty and sovereign rights should be respected in accordance with international law. At the same time, it is urgent to resume substantive settlement talks aimed at the reunification of the island, aimed at a united Cyprus inside the European Union, based on a bi-communal and bi-zonal federation. The European Union fully supports the work done by the two Cypriot leaders and the United Nations in this respect. We look forward to the meeting that the UN Secretary General has convened in Berlin on the 25th of November as a crucial opportunity to agree on the next steps towards a solution for the Cypriot issue. The European Union has always been accompanying these efforts, these steps, different stages, and will continue to do so with all the energy and the resources it can mobilize. So hoping and working, or rather accompanying the UN work for a settlement, making clear that Cyprus' sovereignty and sovereign rights have to be respected and that the European Union will always react in a united manner to defend them, and always inviting our Turkish counterparts to de-escalate and work in a different kind of environment. Thank you.